Prison Fighters is a very powerful film about prisoners, criminals in Thailand getting a second chance at life through the art of Muay Thai fighting. The concept of Prison Fighters is to fight your way to freedom through a state-sponsored program designed to rehabilitate these inmates. I'm here now with the mind behind this concept, Mr. Mark Kriegel. Thank you so much for joining us.
I was only one of the minds.
Okay,
But thank you very much.
Very humble of you. Muay Thai, it's often referred to as the art of 8 limbs because the hands, the feet, the knees, and the elbows are all involved. You also refer to it as a beautiful ballet, an arsenal of flesh and bone. How do you find beauty in such a violent concept against a backdrop of such a depressing thing like prison?
First of all, it's the same thing that draws generations of writers to not just boxing, but all combat sports. I've always found it easiest to make up for my many deficiencies as a writer covering primarily boxing. Because what you have in boxing, or any combat sport, it's perfectly stage managed. Muay Thai is a particularly brutal art. Aesthetically, it's a different type of shot that you're used to seeing in American combat sports. But when you're using, especially the elbows, the stuff I saw, and you'll see it in film, the elbow strikes, what really, unleashes a sort of a storm of blood and
yes,
of all sorts of, as you well know. Beyond that, the prison fight concept, and the first thing everyone says, wait, you mean guys are going to fight their way out of prison? That's crazy. I mean, I want to watch that, right?
Yes.
If you think about it, it's less absurd and perhaps less perverse than you might think at first blush.
I'll give you a hypothetical. Manny Pacquiao gets arrested. He goes to prison and live on pay-per-view, right, Manny Pacquiao fights. If he wins, he's free. If he loses, he has to serve his entire sentence. Do you think something like Prison Fighters can be done here in the States or in other parts of the world?
No. In the States, no.
Right.
Because we're too puritanical, and it's a different look. Not all cultures are the same. Would there be circumstances where network would televise a fight in prison? Yes, certainly. But
not
maybe
with something like freedom hanging in the balance, a full exoneration of crime.
But look at what you're a wrestler. No one has a better sense of a better grasp of story structure than wrestlers, or Vince McMahon,
yes,
or whatever you think of him. So if you have this construct, a fighter like Manny Pacquiao has to fight either to walk free or stay for eternity in jail.
That's a brilliant storyline.
Right. It's a brilliant, right.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, WWE writers, we can cook this up for years. What you have in Prison Fighters is it's real, and it does in fact pose an existential question because, going back to your question, Muay Thai, boxing, the combat sports, it's not like playing baseball. All the other sports are metaphors for what boxing or Thai boxing really is, which is combat. So now you get, can you improve the state of your soul, right, by knocking someone out? I think
and
that's an interesting question, man.
Here's the bottom line. What if someone now sees this, living in Thailand, knows they're a phenomenal Muay Thai fighter?
It's still going to take
That's their get-out-of-jail-free card.
It ultimately, perhaps, but it's still going to take you at the least years to get out. I think you'd still be disincentivized to committing the crime saying, I'm going to go free, because it's not like, we're going to set up a pay-per-view bout and you're going to go free if you bring glory to the Department of Corrections. It's a series of fights, and right, you speak to everyone in prison.
That's what remains to be seen. And anyone that sees this film is going to have this dialogue. After watching this film, which premieres on Friday, February 24th on Showtime, they are going to have dialogue. And there are legs for a return to profile prisoners that have been out after a certain amount of time. So thank you very much for making this film. Man. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Mark Kriegel, ladies and gentlemen.